Hey, we back. We back. Trying to get everybody back on the live. Two segs tonight. We're not going over the time, so we're gonna run this one up real quick. We're gonna run it back on up. Did you see me?
Yo, I saw and heard all of that, and can I just express how much I love?
That was the best.
I loved it.
That cracked me up. It reminded me of that episode of The Simpsons where
Michael,
where he
But I was talking about black
the
people.
national anthem.
And they were talking about
About 7 syllables in that one word. Yo. Woo! That cracked me up, yo.
you know I gotta make y'all laugh. Come on now.
It was awesome. It was really
I'm glad y'all like my vocals. You know, I'm trying to get my followers back up. So yeah, okay. So we
Tell them
gonna
where they
drop.
can follow you at, Christina.
They can follow me at Dante Boy. And y'all know what to do. Follow me and my team on the Mike is Hot Instagram Live Podcast _show. All right, so we were talking about the event that happened at the airport. Did y'all see it?
Yeah, I saw that shit. That dude beat the shit out of that guy
Yes.
at the
And he
front
wasn't
desk.
a TSA agent. He was just a regular United employee.
Yeah, over the counter clerk. Yeah.
Oh,
Christina, he pulled the slaps. This dude
That
was
was-
punching his ass.
no, I'm not talking about the brother. You're talking about the white guy.
Yeah, the white
He
guy.
was
he was
punching him?
No, the black dude
No,
was
the
punching
black
the
guy
shit
was
out the white
punching
guy.
him.
Oh yeah, he was punching him, but the white guy slapped him like a bitch.
Once.
He slapped him. Oh.
But that was just slap though.
Once. He got one hit in, and it was a sucker slap because it was a punch. It was a sucker slap.
It was.
Because the ex-NFL player, he thought it was over for a hot second. He said, "You done?"
Yeah.
And then turned
He
his head
did.
for 1 second, and the guy slapped him, and he knocked him onto the baggage weight, the baggage scale.
Homeboy said.
Yo. Both
Yo.
legs up in the air.
Yo, I commend bro though, cause he got back up like, what's up? Like, what's up? Homeboy was like, you want some more?
Wait, no.
You want some more?
I would commend you if you know better, right? Like, know when you've lost. Take that loss.
What?
Oh,
That was one of the things that I was going to say about the last topic, Christina. When you brought up about like, should black people be quiet
right.
when it comes to certain situations like that? Of course, no. But at the same time, I feel black people, we have to learn how to pick and choose our battles. It's not necessary for us to always, at any given moment, to like just pull out the black car and be like, "You don't know me, son."
Right.
Not now. All right. No. Sometimes it's not necessary to fucking go all out. Sometimes you just have to learn how to let shit slide. You know what I'm saying?
Or
not
walk
always,
away or something.
or just walk away. And sometimes that's a lot.
Right. That's true. That's true.
I've done that so many times. I want to beat the shit out of somebody. And like, it is so fucking hard to walk away. But sometimes you just have to do that because there are times where it's like we just create, something that we could have walked away from and we made it like worse. By like,
And
like putting our energy into something where it's kind of like, shit. I could have just walked away from that, and I wouldn't be in jail right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what? That's what I was just about to say. And you know, Alec Baldwin, I don't know if you guys know who the actor Alec Baldwin, and he has been acting for a very long time, and he has a
Fuck
brother.
that nigga.
He's
Yeah,
got
fuck
like
that nigga.
5 brothers.
Fuck that nigga. Yeah, fuck that nigga. Because he said that the black guy basically was at fault, and they charged the black guy for battery. I don't know if they charged the white guy, but they charged the black guy for battery. I don't know because he split dude or what, but dude hit him first. So I don't know. It's just,
So the
Oh,
TSA
so
agent
the
lost
clerk guy
his
hit him
job.
first?
No, we don't know.
oh, he lost his job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did. He did get
He
fired.
lost his
Yeah.
job. We don't know. We don't know because the footage starts in the middle of the
Right.
altercation.
Yeah,
And
it does.
the middle of the altercation, from what I saw at the beginning of the video footage of whoever was taking this video, they started filming when the ex-NFL guy was already hitting him.
Right.
So
Right.
for me, that's the beginning of the video. And then midway, I guess, after
Right.
after his hands got tired, the United employee then smacks him, and then he ends up hitting him even harder to a point where he flew over. You can see
Right.
gash on the side of his face.
Right.
The guy took a breather for like a hot second,
Then he
collected
was like,
himself and got back
Right.
up.
right.
Right, and he was like, "Oh, you want more?
Right.
You
Right.
want more?
Want more?
Like y'all see this? Y'all saw he slapped me, but we
Right.
don't necessarily know how the altercation started.
Started from the
We don't
beginning.
know who threw the first punch. I'm not because this person, whoever filmed, started it while the ex-NFL player was already like throwing punches. We don't know. Until we gain a little bit more insight and I see some more footage, maybe some security cameras, hopefully they're iPhone security
Maybe.
cameras.
Maybe, yeah.
That last security camera bullshit we just watched, not great.
That 1985.
Right. So come on, United.
Yeah.
What y'all got?
No, I agree with you. I guess we'll just have to see how that situation is going to pan out. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the next topic because we are running short on time here. So the next topic that I did want to bring up was something that I saw this week that's trending in our relationship topics. And we going to talk about it, Michael.
Michael.
And Charmaine. Okay. Yes, Charmaine. Charmaine, get on the camera. Michael, share the camera.
Michael, straight camera.
Michael, this is the one time.
Like, no, I don't want
Hey,
to be no goddamn
Charmaine.
camera. And then I
Michael,
got
this is the one time you chose.
What's the lady on the camera, Michael? She don't want to be on the goddamn camera. Make it
No. This is the one time you chose to wear that big ass hat.
Yeah,
You
right.
push her all the way off.
Right.
There's no
Right.
room for her.
She's trying to stay out of the way of the
I
hat. Like,
know.
damn.
You know what?
There you go. There we see needed.
Every
There we
time I
go.
see you, the hat get bigger. It's like scary, like I'm watching scary movie.
That's right, girl. You take center seat. You
There
take
you
center
go,
seat. You're
girl.
front center.
Yes. Okay, so look, this is our relationship topic for the night, you guys. So, okay. So I seen this clip and I just want to play the clip really quick before I disclose the topic. Hold on a second. It's going to come up. Get ready?
And this is another thing. Ladies, love is your big word. You will understand that most men never ask you to love us. We ask you to respect us. Because to us, psychologically, when you respect us, we automatically feel love. We don't need you to buy us flowers. If you respect us, we feel love. If you disrespect us, we feel hated. That's not your key word. Your word is love. And we got to learn how to do that better. But we have to understand that plane lands on two different runways from man to woman. For us, it's respect. Respect is actually love. And when we feel disrespected, it feels like hate. Am I right, brothers? All right.
All right, so The topic behind that is men feel loved when respected, and men and women love languages. So men feel loved when they're respected, and women feel loved with commitment. So, what do you guys think about what that reverend or pastor, or what I think he's like an inspirational teacher, was saying, as far as like the males that are on the show? Is it valid to say that if anyone feels respect, it is also like an endearment of showing your love to somebody when you respect them as well? It's almost like kind of like your kids, in a sense. Like you want your kids to respect you. You feel more like appreciated and loved when your kids like respect you, kind of sort of thing, kind of relationship kind of thing. I think it's kind of similar in a relationship. Like, with a man, I do feel like with a man, respect to them is like top tier. And if they don't feel respected in a relationship, it's almost like a neglect. Is that kind of sort of what he might be kind of saying?
I'll go first. Like,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you know, between men and women and some men, we're going to probably disagree. But no, I see exactly where he's coming from with that, and like, I do agree with him. Like, I agree because I feel like anyone could be like, "I love you," but still treat you like shit. Anyone could be like, you know, "I love you," and still like, you know, stab you in the back or like disrespect you in some way, as far as like not paying back money that you owe, not paying rent. You know what I'm saying? Like late on child support, you know, shit like that. You know, but like when you respect me, you know, and when it's respect that comes out of nowhere, I do feel loved. Like, oh shit, like, you know, you did something that you did not have to do. Not because, you know, you said the words "I love you," because you just wanted to show your respect towards me. Like, you respect me not as just a man, but as a fucking person. Especially nowadays, like, we don't get that too fucking often. So, like, yeah, like, I would say that I endure both respect and love. You know, like some people are going to be different. Some people are going to like lean more towards love than respect. But it's like I completely understand where he's coming from. So that's my take.
What do you think about that comment that he made, Charmaine? As far as like, since you guys are in a relationship together, so as far as respect, how do you feel like that balances out in a relationship for both people, not just for the men, but for both people? And do you think that for a man, it is maybe top tier for them to feel respected by their woman?
It is very much so, but you have to give it in order to get it. Just like with everybody, just like King Shaddy said, everybody deserves respect. Well, not everybody deserves it, but you're not giving it to everybody. But yeah, if you're not getting it, I'm not getting it back. You get what you give.
That's true. I agree with that as well. I feel like respect should be mutual, especially in a relationship. I don't think it's just one-sided. But do you think that, or I'll direct this to you, Ken, because we do have to kind of run through our time. But do you think that it's kind of like a man's love language? Do you think a man feels like he's loved when he's respected? And what, in a sense, is the respect that man feels when he's loved?
I think men are, the way that they are raised, the way that they are built up in society a lot of the time has a lot to do with that aspect of respect. When it comes to with their boys, you know, they want to be respected by their boys.
Right.
In it, I feel like a lot of the time, everything is based off of sports, or not necessarily based off of sports, but an upper echelon of trying to win the competition factor, right? And so, like, to be able to gain that type of respect amongst your boys, and then you get into a relationship, and then you're not necessarily getting that from your significant other, things are gonna falter, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I
I
feel
agree.
like when you are, I feel like if you're on a date with someone, it takes time. Like how Charmaine was saying, it takes time to be able to develop that sense of respect for another person,
I
and you
agree with
should
that.
never get into a relationship with someone that you don't fully respect.
Mm,
Um,
mm, mm,
I
mm.
feel like somewhere down the line in relationships, that respect starts to falter,
Right.
and
Right.
then it becomes calling you stupid or thinking you stupid, and every action is
Mhm,
going to come out of that disrespect. Every action,
mhm.
because you're thinking like, I don't respect him as much, or he did this,
To
this
you.
thing or whatever. It's going to come out in your actions. So I feel like both ways, everyone needs respect. I feel like love languages are huge in that. If you respect where I'm coming from and what I need out of this relationship, then
It shouldn't be a problem.
it shouldn't be a problem.
Understanding.
It's an understanding, right?
But once you
Oh
understand
yeah.
your partner, I'm telling you, it's just like that's just like when he gets mad, I get the hell on somewhere.
She know his love language. She like, listen, I ain't even gonna push your buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she knows eventually,
And
like,
that's a sign of respect because it's like, okay, I respect him enough to understand that he's upset. I don't want to make him even more upset to where he might say something that he'll regret, and then I'm gonna say something that I regret. That's beautiful.
yeah, and that's why, like, I just always appreciate her, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, she reads me like no other, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always go back to her and be
Oh,
like, my bad.
oh,
Oh, we not about
that's
to do
so,
that smushy.
I fucked up.
that's so sweet though, because I mean, we need to see this. We need to see Black love and all of that coming together and some more love and couples and
What about interracial? Hey, Ken.
that
Right. I was
too.
gonna say, how you feel about Black love, Barry?
Blair like Black love. Blair like all love. Interracial love, Black love, white on white, Asian on Asian.
Michael, would you like to answer that question?
Barrett likes to love hard when you're passed out. No, I'm joking though.
Hard is the word that you gonna use? Hard?
I mean, he was.
Oh,
What's another one to use?
Drugs, Mike. Drugs.
I'll just say, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Hello. Oh my God.
Reputation, and there is a certain demographic that likes me that I also like back.
I know that's right, Barrett. You better exercise your options. No, but I mean,
sorry.
and don't be. No, but I'm just saying, like, it's just a beautiful thing to see people that are together, that are a couple, that are together, that actually have an understanding of each other and don't want to push buttons and have a respect for each other. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So,
and not to say that you won't come across trials that will challenge that aspect of things. Just because I think that's what happens is that we forget, right? We forget that I need to respect. We forget that respect goes both ways because our emotions get the better of us. Like how you said, like Charmaine, if he's getting upset, it's not so much that you want to. It's not so much that you don't want to challenge his respect. You know what I mean? It's more so like, let me get the hell out the way so you don't disrespect me.
Me, right?
I mean?
And I'm
right.
Saying respect, and I feel like it goes both.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like we need to gain a little bit of space, right? So, and checking in and knowing that is what you need to do so we can be able to come back and
talk it out
on a more respectful tone, on a more respectful plane, so we can be able to
the other person,
get to the nitty-gritty, because right now you upset, but let's talk about the issue when we're a little bit more clear-headed. You know?
Yeah, because you're upset and there is, you know what I'm saying, and you're not really trying to hear each other. You're yelling over each other, and then next thing you know, the disrespect is coming out. You calling this one, that one, that he's calling you this. So I think that's really cool that you guys have that level of understanding to where she knows, okay, he's upset, or I done did something or whatever. Let me just let him have his moment, and then when I feel like he's ready to talk, or he comes to me and lets me know, or he shows me a sign that he's calm and he's ready to talk, then, you know, we can come together and work it out. And that's how you have a healthy relationship.
There's plenty of men who get in the car and take a trip around the block. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's to the point where you done disrespected me so much that I ain't coming back. You know what I mean? Like, that's not where you want to take it to. But if you need to gain some space, then we need to gain space. And I'm about to go out and get me a pack of smokes.
Right.
You know
and just,
I mean?
and just cool
or cool my heels.
Or something.
Or something. You know what I mean? Something to be able to bring me down from whatever.
He knows what we're talking about. You know that something.
No, I don't. I don't know what that something is.
No, you don't. You don't do that. You don't do the herbal.
Talk about
Me, Mary, and Ken, we know.
No, they're trying to sugarcoat it.
I'm about to respect myself as soon as I get off of here.
I'll respect you, Ken.
See the love? That's what I love. That's what we're going to be about. The love, okay? That's the new turnaround.
It's going to be me and Ken sharing the screen.
Hey, I'm about to watch. But yeah, okay, so there's another thing I wanted to add on to that, like as far as just like or a mutual respect for one another, and commitment, and once again respect. I just have a quick little sub-segment that I wanted to kind of throw in. Okay, do you guys think that I've had this discussion with Ken, but do you guys think that having a child with someone is becoming more of a value than getting married? And which one actually is more of a life-changing decision?
More of a difficult choice.
Right. So I'll hand that off to y'all down there in the couple section right here.
In recent events, that has changed.
Oh, go ahead. Wait, who's going?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Michael.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I personally feel like people don't respect marriage, or don't see the value of having children anymore. Like, I don't know the actual the numbers on it, or the statistics, as far as like men having sex with women and leaving their child and the woman that they impregnated behind.
Right.
What you saying? I can't have no baby?
No.
It's so one-sided. This.
I couldn't control your dick. Anyway.
So you guys think that people have? Do you think someone? I had a conversation with someone this week about that. Do you think that if people valued marriage more, there would not be a lot of children born out of wedlock?
I just think if people just had self-value and just have values, period, then like
self-value, values, morals,
and we wouldn't, have people getting married and then getting divorced,
Yeah.
If you're living in 2042, it's like, above us all.
Right. No, you're right. I agree with that. That was very well said. Very, very well said. What about you, Ken? You want to chime in on this real quick? Because we got one more topic. We got 15 minutes.
Well, adults suck.
Tell us.
So trying to be in a relationship with one, or trying to be in a marriage with one, is a little bit more of a harder choice than to say that you want to create unconditional love, right?
Right.
I feel like right now, everyone's sense of wanting to have a child is changing, considering how America treats children.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Like, we're talking about eradicating birth control, you know what I mean, or not giving the woman the chance to choose whether or not to bring a child into this life. So then you're also showing us that you don't necessarily care about our children,
right?
In terms of these gun laws and how the shooting just happened,
right? You know
what I mean? Why would someone want to bring
kids into this new world,
into this type of environment, to this world,
right?
into, you know what I mean? Like, it's making everyone question that a little bit more. So it's kind of a toss up a little bit more. Initially, I was like, very much people want to have children. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I could have a child and pursue that a little bit more, and than wanting to actually be married. You know what I mean? Just because the rates of successful marriages have now dropped.
Oh my gosh, incredibly.
Significantly. You know what I mean? Because people don't vet the people that they're getting married to.
Right. No, you're right. I mean? You're right.
They don't necessarily think about those decisions or try and talk about whether or not this person is truly compatible to walk down the aisle with. They just now, I feel like it's so high school, we go together, we get married. You know what I mean?
Right. No like sense or logic to what they're doing.
There's a whole lot more that goes into it, but now everything is so incredibly complicated. So initially, I was very much like, oh yeah, people are more, it's like the easier choice is to have a child, but it's hard to say now.
Right. No, I agree with you. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, but you know, I think now a lot of people should, you know, take a lot of consideration on what they're going to do if they do have a child, because things are just not. It's not going to get any better.
Buy baby formula.
Nope. You're going to have to get to that titty milk. So for y'all that don't want to breastfeed, you might want to.
Later on down the line, your child goes to school and then they're not safe.
And he got on a bulletproof backpack to school.
You know what I mean? Like it's
trucking it. Like it's the, you know, by then it'll be like the norm. It'll be the norm. Like all the kids they'll be advertising bulletproof.
Let's not put that energy out there.
Like for real.
Changes in the next 10 to 15 years.
Hopefully it does.
But we're already in a norm where like kids are getting shot up at school, so it's only a matter of time before
it's normal right now.
Right, it is.
It's a matter of time before they start allowing kids to bring guns to school to protect
protection. It's getting weird out here, man.
They are targeting
baby boomers.
They are targeting anybody who is different, anybody who is othered, everything.
Right.
So like here we are, and I made a post today. Here we are moving into Pride events and Pride Month.
Oh yeah.
Now we have all of this. We need to focus in about all of these complicated events.
Yes.
We don't have a hold on gun laws.
Who can come into
all of these things on purchasing guns, everything. There's so many guns that are out there where how could you feel safe? You know what I mean? Like how could you
I'm scared to go to the grocery store now, shit.
You can't go to church. You can't go to a movie theater.
It's like they're trying to put fear in you. That's what I was saying earlier. Like they're trying to to me it feels like, I don't know. I'm not, sometimes I can be conspiracy theory thinking, but it's like they're putting fear everywhere you go. You got to be like, you know what I'm saying? Scared. Your schools, your grocery stores, your movie theaters, the bar, the club.
Christina, Ken, you guys are wrong. There's a solution for this problem. And you know what that solution is? More guns. What you need to do is come down to Ted's
I don't know this person.
AR-15 shop. Get yourself an AR-15. Why? To protect yourself. To
I
protect
don't
your
know
loved
her.
ones. All
They're
right?
like 30% off all guns. Come down now.
All right? Protect yourself when you go to church. Protect yourself
Michael
when you drop your kids
Oscar.
off at school. Protect
That
yourself.
nigga got that hat on. That hat ain't making it no better.
And the award goes to.
When you wake up in the morning and it's Christmas morning and you see the white snow outside on the field, you know what you need to wake up to? Your AR-15 right next to you. Then you protect your family. Have a safe Christmas. This
Michael,
message
I'm
is
about to
approved by
cancel.
NRA.
Yo, that's exactly how it's gonna go, though. He right.
Sus. You're a bit sus.
Not
Sus. That
sus.
fucking term.
I know, sus. My kids are saying it. My kids are saying it. And I'm like, well, stop saying it.
Wait, you saying what?
Sus.
I said Michael's performance was a little too convincing. It's a bit sus. And then that got.
That's the answer to like
Mhm.
I'm not trying to paint like all Republicans are like this,
Please
but like
do.
majority of them,
Please do.
that's like the answer for majority of the shit that people are complaining about. It's like, oh, the answer is if the teachers had a gun, they could have prevented the school shooting from happening. Pretty much
actually,
all
I
they're
wanna take
saying
that-
is
Oh, yeah, they
buy more
were
guns.
saying that.
I'm not.
They're
gonna
also
say,
saying that it's immigrant laws. The reason why this kid
Had the
being
gun.
Mexican, that's also a
Right.
problem. They're
Right.
also saying they're placing all of the blame, like that post that you sent me a little bit earlier today. They're blaming rap music. They're blaming video
Yeah.
games.
just like they did like in Columbine, and just like they did
Yeah.
in Eugene, Oregon, or something like that. They're just going back to their old sources. I was driving home from school today thinking like, oh, thank God that they haven't started blaming video games and rap music again.
And then
of
they
course,
did.
because they have no good reasoning behind this one. He was not a problem child. He was not anything like this. He didn't post anything for
Right.
him. They're like, oh, then let's go back to that rap music. Those video games that are terrible.
But you know what
That
the
the
But then
baby.
you have these politicians using rap music within their campaigns.
but
For certain rallies
Right.
and certain stuff like that. Like, you say there's a problem with it, but when it benefits you,
With you,
then
it ain't no problem.
They have to appeal to a younger demographic because the boomers all vote. It's the younger demographic that they're trying to like capture. The boomers don't
Right.
give a shit. They probably can't hear the commercial. All they see is R or D at the bottom of the screen.
Well, look, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Oh, go ahead, Michael. Go ahead and sum it. Go ahead and sum it up.
Like, the easiest way to kill that topic is like Ken posted up. Ken made this post earlier where he showed a graph of like the countries that had mass school shootings, where it showed that America had 288 school shootings, I think, within the past 10 years, and it showed all
No,
the
this year.
just this year. So this year was 288, or
Yeah, more shootings have happened than there are days in the year has
Okay.
passed.
yeah. But to other
Oh
countries,
my God.
but the other countries that had up, it was 0 school shootings. But let's name some of the things that are like worldwide or globally: video games and rap music. So how come the same thing is translating to other countries, but it's only in the U.S.
Only in the U.S.
Mm.
Now
I
they're
like
playing
that,
video
Michael.
games and
I
rap
like that a
music
lot.
everywhere.
That
Everywhere.
Rap music and video
You're
games
right.
is worldwide. So
right.
That was
Those
good, buddy. That was good.
those freaking liars, dude. That's crazy though. I mean, so basically, to sum it all up, you're saying what? That we just have we have more access to the violence
Yeah. Yes. To guns, to
100%.
purchasing guns, to
and the video games though. So you're saying you think that has anything to do with it? The video
No.
games and the music?
I
I'm
have
just-
never wanted to shoot a game. I've never wanted to shoot a gun because I played a video game where I'm shooting guns. You know what I mean? Like that has never made me want to
influence you, right?
You know what I mean? Listening to rap music all my life.
Me too.
Never once did I want to emulate
and go kill somebody.
So I don't play video games. I never allured to me. My parents raised me without them, and I kind of missed that jump on the bandwagon movement. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fun every once in a while, but they're not for me. I don't play video games. I listen to rap music.
Right.
I do fire guns. I actually enjoy going to a shooting range, and
I
look at a handful of different weapons that I don't actually own or use, and then anywhere, you know.
And it doesn't turn you up to go shoot somebody.
Go pow pow pow.
Right.
Did the music exactly, like the music doesn't necessarily influence your means to make that a hobby.
Influence me. I'm not influenced by video games. This is purely something that is like something is up with that kid. Something is
It's
with outside surroundings, nature or nurture, that is pushing him to an extremes, that is pushing him to a darkness and a depth of loss that he or she, but mostly he's, let's be real, that go out and do a horrific crime like this.
Right. You're right. I totally agree. I mean, King Shouty said for some of the kids, it does influence the music. And that is true. The music does influence them to do certain things, especially with drugs and lean and pills.
For the mood that you're in, for the feeling that you're feeling, and for the pain that you might be there. Like, it was Linkin Park saved my life, probably literally when I was in middle school, early high school, and I was going through my dark moments.
Wow.
And Chester Bennington, when he passed away, was one of the two celebrity deaths I actually felt sad for. But you know, other than that, but like the music is a factor, but like that kind of music is also a release and escape for people. It's not like I'm using this music to influence deadly actions. They're listening to this music because it answers the pain or questions that they have inside them.
That's true. That's true for the majority. Some kids tend to take music a little too literal and want to be just like what they hear the artist saying, and some of that stuff they're just talking about things that they've experienced or pain that they've gone through or traumas that they've dealt with, and some people misconstrue that.
Just explain Christianity, right?
We don't see that.
Too literal.
For real though.
With all these kids who are out there who we're talking about predominantly black kids, right? Who listen to a lot of rap music, I don't see them in the news stories shooting.
They're not the ones who committed the crimes.
That's right.
It's not them.
It's not them. So like, how do you blame that? You know, like,
you're right.
How do you put
the
that?
Music dominated.
Well, someone will counteract that argument by saying they do that by shooting each other. Look at Chicago.
Right, I was just going to say that, but they're trying to say that
they're using that excuse for the reason why there are schools.
Right?
That's not argument. I'm just saying, like
that's how they would rebuttal that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's how they would reply, though.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. They would. But
it's
okay.
Yeah.
No, you guys are all hitting it on the head tonight. This has been a really great show. I have one last topic. We might run a little bit over time. Try to hit this before 11:30 so Instagram won't cut us off. Last topic for the night. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to, you are?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm going to see if I can.
This is so sad.
So I don't know if you guys, I thought I copied the link down, but I did not copy that link down. Let me see if I can go into the messages with what you sent me, Michael, with B. Simone. So just to give you guys a little bit of backstory. B. Simone was trending. She is a comedian, or is she a comedian? Social media influencer.
She's the social media influencer.
Social media influencer who has gotten big off of social media by doing like little skits and comedy.
She's a comedian.
Yeah, she's a social media comedian. She was trending this week for some comments that she made relevant about
fact that Martin Luther King Jr. is the man that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife? That is triggering. Yeah. I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you show these kids you a good father and you don't respect
slander shall be tolerated. We punish known movers, but don't say shit about it.
I can't with him in his voice.
I didn't want to address this. But since let's put some things in perspective.
It's so put on. It's
from the FBI. Credibility.
Well, she was tarnishing his credibility. She did go on her podcast. She has a podcast show that she just started on YouTube. If anybody wants to look her up. She made some comments talking about men that cheat on their wives should not be considered great men or great fathers because you don't respect the mother by cheating or being an adulterer. She threw in Martin Luther King for what reason I do not know.
Who did? Did B. Simone do it?
B. Simone. B. Simone. I tried to see if I could pull up the clip.
No. The brought it up, and B. Simone was the one that said that he's not a good man. It commented that he's not a good man because you cheated on the wife, therefore you're not a good person.
Right.
So, like, because part of me, when it comes, and I want to be able to see the full video, because part of me, when it comes to that video that he was commenting on, it seems a little edited for me.
Let me show you this one.
All the videos are like that, though.
Hold on, here you go.
You're not a great husband, a great communicator, a great. You're a liar. You're not great. You're not great. You're a liar. You're not great. You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're okay human.
I guess this is cool, right?
So see, but see, I went back and watched the podcast. I went back and watched it.
Yeah, I saw
she used his name for relevancy, number one. But she was trying to use him as an example. Like, men can be overlooked even when they're great leaders or they've done these great things for their communities, but they're cheaters or they're adulterers or they disrespect their wives. So how can you call yourself a great leader or a great father and you are a cheater or an adulterer?
Okay.
That's what she was saying. So she was basically saying, and then she did clap back later on and say that people were being too sensitive about the comments that she made. And on her show, they talk about whatever, and people should feel free to be able to say what they want to say. And she basically didn't take back what she said. So, and that
bitch, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have the ability to do what you're doing right now.
That's true.
Why you're able to
That's true. And the thing what I didn't get was the thing I didn't get was why she used his name.
About, like, I feel like she was talking about great leaders, yes, or she was talking about, but I feel like, was she talking about men who consider themselves as great leaders, or was she specifically talking about Martin Luther King himself?
She was specifically talking about Martin Luther King.
She specifically talked about Martin Luther King because she brought his name up. Well, you got to go back and you got to go back and
you can find the video up on YouTube. It's not hard to find.
Yeah, you got to go on YouTube and watch the whole video. King Shaddy, if you're in the chat, he watched the video too, and it started out where she was talking about men cheating and things like that, but then she specifically said his name, and she was like, "Yes, he was a great leader. Yes, he did all of this. Yes, he did all of that." But he really wasn't that great. He wasn't that great because he cheated on his wife. How can you say you're a great father? You're not a great father, my nigga. You're not a great. It went from like almost like she started having a flashback of some shit she don't went through.
I was gonna say, what is her personal background? Because it sounds like she was raised projecting high morals, or was somebody who wasn't providing.
Right.
Well, like you can be like somebody who's a very hard, hard, proud Christian. You can be like, how if you're cheating, then how are you a good person? Or what if her father personally wasn't in the picture, And he's like, I knew, but it wasn't actually there. Like, what's the underline and where is the background? What's the source of all this? Because she's definitely got some feelings and some hurts or some opinions. Yeah. So I'm curious about, like, where is this coming from? Is this coming from personal experience, or you just was raised with such interesting, like, I'm not gonna say that I disagree or agree with her. I think Martin Luther King obviously was an incredible leader in person.
Right.
Was he a good father? I don't know. I wasn't personally there.
Right. Exactly.
About his affairs yes. Are they true? I don't know. I wasn't there. And
right.
If they are true. Can you not be a great father and not be a great man? I think you could be a great father and not a great man.
I think so too. And I think people make mistakes. And how do we know Coretta won't get something on the side? We don't know.
I guarantee everything. And look at how people react to the Bill Clinton situation.
Right.
He did get impeached for having an affair, but at the same time, he still uses Bill Clinton was like the heyday president of his time period back in the 90s when we just came off of 12 years of Republicans. Of course, Bill Clinton's going to be widely appreciated in his first term.
Right. No, I agree.
But going back to I think that just because you're not necessarily a great father, which we don't know, he could have been an amazing father.
Right.
Probably coming from maybe somebody had affairs or cheated, and she's now been taught and raised to say that anybody who's unfaithful is a bad person. Right. Isn't necessarily true. Depends on the relationship and what's going on. We don't know between those two.
Right. Look, Nova Kane in the chat said, "You think Hillary wasn't getting dick on?"
Oh no, Hillary was not getting dick on the side.
Right. After she found out, she was like,
"Hillary is."
Hillary was getting. She might have been getting a little food on there on the side.
No, 100%. No straight woman's that ambitious.
Right, thank you. I'm just saying, look, we don't know. Coretta might have had a little something tucked on the side. She might have known Martin Luther King.
President ever has had a little something on the side. Every single one of them. I don't care the political party. When you're the most powerful man in the world, you have that over someone who's obsessing over a daddy complex. Yeah, you have your pick of the litter.
Exactly. I agree with that, especially politicians and stuff like that.
Politicians are just ugly movie stars.
Y'all think Obama has somebody on the side?
No.
That's where I draw the line, damn it.
Yes.
Everybody was like, "No, hell no, girl, you crazy."
Remember that one dress that she had on and she was showing off her shape?
Yeah.
I mean, she was too, and what she was wearing. So
No, we can't say no. Michelle was not having that shit.
Michelle was not about to have it.
I stand by what I said.
Yo, no.
What you say?
But look, just to sum this up real quick. Who?
Bear say, I stand by what I said.
I stand by what I said.
What you say, Barrett?
I said every single president, every single one of them.
Oh, the plot thickens.
I'm just saying, it's
right. I mean,
they stay. Obama had a couple of little Joan.
Right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you are the number one in the world of everything, you are the United States president. The amount of ego, the amount of self-centeredness to get yourself propelled into that direction and get yourself elected and win, you are you first and everything is second. Are you telling me you don't have a little fun on the side when you're number one in the world? Okay.
You might have, there's been rumors.
When you can't make nothing happen, that means nothing. And if you got to
when
wait
you're
for the
on
Congress
the
to be able to vote
for
in order
6
for
months
you
at a time.
What'd you say?
or when you're on the trail touring for 6 months out of the time, you know.
I feel like she was right
Yo,
there.
right there with you, looking good,
She
and
was
having
there.
in the bedroom.
Do you guys not remember her getting sent home early in his 2004 election because Michelle Obama said she was disappointed in the troops and it lost Obama at like giant amount of numbers?
And you thought at that moment Barack was like, "Here's my chance."
No, I just said when you're the number one most
I'm gonna find all the coochie I can while I can.
I'm grabbing them from the back. I'm grabbing them from the back.
I feel like the basis.
What the hell did you say, Michelle?
Right.
You know what? I'm upset with you right now. I'm going to go for a walk.
I feel like the basis of their relationship.
Michael, here's your second Oscar. That was really good.
No. Golden Globe at best.
Haters in the building.
Okay.
No, but
Don't make me smack somebody, right?
y'all might be right though. Y'all might be right though. I mean, you never. Hey, Michelle might have been like, "You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing secondhand unless I'm in there with you." You don't know.
What if Michelle's also getting her own?
Hey, they might have had an agreement.
I don't think so. I don't agree. And you're not gonna convince me.
I'd like to watch.
All right, we gonna stop. We love you, Michelle and President Obama. We love y'all. One day, hopefully, I get to
support you. We love
somebody.
you. Want to look like you. In the
Yes, we love you. You guys
That
are
inauguration
amazing.
dress, gold.
We just joking. We just cracking jokes. But yes, y'all.
But we do have situations where men are there. There are a lot of men who are perceived in the society as leaders who have strayed, right? So like, because of that particular power, because of them being on the upper echelon, or, you know, some women ain't got no shame and they trying to throw the punani wherever they, you know, somebody gonna catch it.
Right. No, you're right.
So in terms of, I mean, we have situations where we found out years later, like Bill Cosby,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like using him, he was deemed as a big leader in the society for a very long time.
Very long time.
You start to roll things back, and you start to see, he was doing a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, he was a lot of them be doing a lot of shit. Mm-hmm.
And he had normalized in his own mind, and there's plenty of situations where, that has happened. Where we're finding out things about Trey Songz. We're finding things out about.
Don't talk about it.
You know, Chris Brown and
Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's people who are in power a lot of the time across the board. We're tending to see it. So in that respect, I can understand where she's coming from. Where like, you deem yourself to be a great leader, but in terms of your own personal life, you know what I mean? Like, you falter or you drop the ball or certain things. Now her using Martin Luther King as, I feel like for her to come out and say that, she should have already knew what she was going to get. What she was going to get. What type of reception that she was going to get by saying something that incendiary.
She might have did it on purpose.
She might have done it on purpose.
Mm-hmm. To get her little podcast just started. So
because people talking about her now. We're talking about her moment. Bad press is not because what happens is she went viral. Bad press, right?
She went viral.
You have this moment, people talk about you, and then they forget about it, and the next thing you know, they're buying your products, they buying your tickets to wherever you gonna be at just to hear you say some more incendiary shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So why not say regular shit to be able to bounce back from further on down the line. This isn't the first time that she said some reckless shit out of her mouth.
Yep, she's kind of known for saying reckless shit out of her mouth. And then she came back with she came back like, y'all too sensitive. I said what I said, and I have my reasons for why I said. And she was like, I love black men. I love black men. Trust me. But what I said, I stand on it. So.
Those people like the baby.
Right. Everybody was saying, how could she say that about Martin Luther King? But she was ranting and raving about the baby and wanting to be, and, you know, little jokes and wanting to be his girlfriend and pretending she was his girlfriend and doing little skits and videos and things with him.
That goes back to the respect conversation.
Right. We talking about the baby here, but you trying to shit on Martin Luther King, the Junior?
Hey, my thing is
Martin Luther King.
It's like, even, okay, let's just say, you know, Martin Luther King did cheat on, you know, that is personal life. But again, what does that have to do with what he did for Africa?
Exactly.
It doesn't take away from his accomplishments.
Exactly. And that's his personal.
That's his personal life. His personal life is none of your fucking business.
Business, exactly.
If we quit personal fucking life, there is something that we can fight this bitch for, but we don't.
Exactly. Exactly.
Black people.
It was very discrediting for her. Like, it's funny because it kind of reminds me of like this would be like a Boondocks episode if Boondocks was still like on. You just don't mention Martin Luther King in a bad way, ma'am. You just don't do that.
I mean, they did an episode with Martin Luther King coming back.
They did. Oh yes, they did. And he was disappointed
in McDonald's, and he was looking up, and he was like, "I didn't sign off on that." You know, like why? How y'all just gonna make a Martin Luther King?
Y'all should look that episode up. You're right. I forgot all about it. If you've ever watched the Boondocks, it's an old series. Now you can probably find it on like Hulu. I don't think you can find it on Netflix or your Fire Stick or whatever, or YouTube. You might can catch a couple episodes. Look at that episode where Martin Luther King comes back into today's time, and he's like super like devastated and disappointed in how he integrated everything and what it did to Black people, like how some of the things kind of dumbed us down. It's an interesting perspective. You should watch the episode if you haven't seen the Boondocks. A lot of the Boondocks episodes had a lot of subliminal messages, so I suggest a lot of people check it out.
It's very satirical, just like the show Atlanta.
Yes, Atlanta.
They touch on
yes,
a lot of different issues, and then they incorporate it to make you understand or be able. They use this humor to be able to get you to understand how ridiculous this truly is.
right.
By the way, this season of Atlanta.
Wild.
You want to get? I love you.
Wild.
I was just like, there's been so many episodes where I'm just like that. I'm not gonna say the last.
Did you watch the reparations episode, Barrett?
Which one was that?
The one where the Black lady kept coming to his house and she came there.
Oh yeah, the reparations episode. Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all gotta watch it.
After that.
Oh yes, I'm already caught up. I'm already caught up. I'm waiting for this tonight's episode.
I missed last week, so I got this one.
You gotta watch that one.
Last week's and this week's to watch.
Yeah, I gotta catch
Yes. Yes, you guys.
Or the very first episode, like with the little two kids and like in the
Went
truck.
to they went to CPS.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I
of Atlanta,
bro.
Scary.
Everything
Bro.
was like a beautiful metaphor and like not really addressing the plot at all.
Yes, it's amazingly written out.
But at the same time, we're highlighting these incredibly well written and defining characters.
Yes.
That everyone's having these crazy experiences. So it's not really progressing the storyline, but everything is a beautiful metaphor within the storyline of these characters.
Yes, it's
oh my god, I'm
I really want to. I'm glad you watched. I really want to do a review on that show. So I'm glad that you watched Bear. So if we ever get to do a review, we will have you come on. You guys gotta watch. Michael, if you haven't watched Miss Charmaine, y'all will love it.
Also,
y'all will love it.
They got a whole lot to catch up on because Michael, you probably ain't turned on the first episode, have you?
Yes, I did.
Lies. Lies.
But even if you haven't, if you watch this season's episode, you'll still be able to understand kind of sort of what's going on. You might not know some of the characters, like as far as their backstory, but you can go back later and watch. But you guys, we got to sign off. We're going to end the show tonight. Thank you so much for coming through, everybody. To Charmaine, my boy Michael Foster, my boy Barrett, my baby Kenny Ken. We are signing off. Thank you for everybody that attended the live tonight. It was a great show. We will be back next Thursday, Lord willing. Thank you to everybody. Much love. And we are counting down.
Always a pleasure. Always want to be on.
Always, baby.
Once a month.